I was from Dallas and from the Lake Highlands area, and I had several friends that were above me in class who went to Texas Tech. And actually, I really didn't consider it till about my senior year. I'd looked at Baylor and A&M and didn't SMU, a bunch of other schools. Didn't really like any of them particularly, and then I went out to Texas Tech one time and it just felt like home. So I was a Red Raider from that point on. Texas Tech gave me a really good general knowledge of advertising. Obviously, advertising is one of those industries where it's really a hands-on type of industry where you learn. But I think Texas Tech prepared me from the standpoint of a general knowledge, working with other people. We did a lot of team projects and things like that. But beyond that, I did a lot of internships, had internships all through college. I know that when I was putting my resume together, I'd put it up against anybody that was out there with both the education and the internships. And I think that was really important. When I graduated from Tech, I was fortunate enough to have a couple of job offers, but ended up going with the Richards Group here in Dallas. It was this big ad agency, one of the biggest in the Southwest. I was working on the Home Depot account. I was an account service person. So it was a really good job for me right out of college. It was a good place for me to be, and I learned a ton at the Richards Group. So Richards Group was a big ad agency, and I learned a ton. Worked on about every single kind of advertising project you could at that time. Worked on some big brands, did TV shoots, the whole deal. Was great. Learned a lot about branding and general marketing research and things like that. But it was big, and I wanted something a little bit more entrepreneurial, a little bit more freedom. And so when I left there, I co-founded DIB Creative, which was a small ad agency. We got up to about 15 people at one point, but we did web development, we did branding, and so the small agency atmosphere was a lot different. And I was a partner in that agency, so having an ownership role is a little bit different than, being at the big agency. And I liked both. I learned both. Both of them take different skill sets, and so I think it helped round me out a little bit in terms of my knowledge base. But when you're at a small agency, you have to do a little bit of everything, and I like that as well. It was taxing at times and stressful, but it was a lot of fun as well, and I learned a lot. So here at Standing Dog Interactive, we're a digital marketing agency, and we're really good at digital integration, and that's we define it a little bit differently than other companies. So we are very, very deep into web analytics, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, customer relationship marketing. So we dig really deep into analytics, we dig really deep into people's behavior as it comes to search engines. And what we want to do is we want to drive web users to a conversion, to whatever that conversion, whatever goal it may be for a client. So we do that really well for Marriott and a number of other clients. But it's getting all those digital aspects to work together. We do a lot of work in the hotel space, so if you can imagine, it's really easy to track our marketing activities to booking a room and revenue. And so we do that for those clients, but we also do it for a number of other kinds of clients as well. I've been fortunate to work with some really great brands through the years. Started out with Home Depot, I've worked on Fruit of the Loom, I've worked with Southwest Airlines, I've worked with Harley Davidson, I've worked with some nonprofits like the National Breast Cancer Foundation. So I've had the opportunity to do a lot of different things.
One of the things that stand out to me during the time we worked together at National Breast Cancer Foundation is that he connects people. He brought together people from various industries and backgrounds on multiple occasions to run successful campaigns.
I'm really proud I did some work with Harley Davidson at the National Breast Cancer Foundation, and we did this really neat video series online about breast cancer survivors that were women that were also bikers. So it wasn't a blatant commercial about Harley Davidson. In fact, they didn't want anything like that. They really wanted to inspire women to teach them about early detection of breast cancer, but wanted to do it in a little bit of a different way. So we were out filming these biker women that were also breast cancer survivors. So we did a great video series there. I'm really proud of that. So I've been fortunate to work on some really interesting projects, some really interesting things, some startup companies. That's always been interesting. So it's the one of the good things about this career is you never really stay still. You're always working on something new and interesting, not the same thing every day. My time at Tech was great, and I had some really great classmates that I still keep up with and do business with to this day, which has been great. I've met a lot of good people from Texas Tech afterwards through the National Advisory Board and different alumni associations. So Tech in general has just been a great aspect of my career. not just from a personal standpoint, but from a professional standpoint. I get excited when I talk to students at Texas Tech for a couple of reasons. They're really excited about getting into the industry, and it makes me take a step back to think, this is a really cool industry. This is a really cool job that I have, and there's other people that want to do this job, and so that's refreshing to me. Texas Tech was, it's at a point in your life where you're at those crossroads, and it's an exciting time in your life. And so looking back on it now, I have maybe a little bit of a different perspective than when I was there, but looking back on it now, you realize the people and the institution itself really shaped you, really shaped who you are. And so that's why I think it's really important to you. That's why I think you come back and you care about what's going to happen with Texas Tech. You care about the students that are there and trying to help them find jobs. You care about the college as a whole and where it's going. You're a part of it. It really helped shape you, and you're really kind of part of this community they're all in the same boat. They were all shaped by Texas Tech, and so I'm part of that family.